All right, we're good here now. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Note. This is G.A.R Capital YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Welcome aboard. We do this every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk the markets, answer your questions, and get you prepared for the day. Before we begin, make sure to click bottom right-hand corner of your screen. There's a little G.A.R Capital icon. You click there, which is our logo. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and like our videos, comment. Really do appreciate you guys giving me the time. Just to give a quick update, we are 6 subscribers away. 6 subscribers away from 5,000. Once we do, we will have a live trading session. I actually recorded a live trading session from 9:30 to around 10:15 yesterday for the University of Maryland's lecture that I have on Saturday. So I did a live trading session for them, kind of recorded and everything, and we traded IWM live, and we actually posted it on Instagram, the actual how we did it and everything, the gap filled all 9. So again, the next trading session should be fun, especially with earnings coming up. So again, if we get those 6 subscribers, we'll do it next week, and it'll be a fun one. So let's go ahead and make some money together. Why not, right? All right, let's talk market, shall we? Dow futures up 88 points, NASDAQ up 32.5, S&P up about 11.5, 3460. Russell 2000 index up about 0.5%, more than 0.5%. They're outperforming. Crude oil futures are up about 0.30, 40.76 a barrel. Bitcoin taking a little bit of a step back, down 1% at 13,000. Gold futures up 0.45%. Silver futures up 0.81%. Euro dollar up about 35 pips, 118.54. 104.68 on the dollar yen, down 20 pips. Dollar index is down about 0.25% at 92.71, and the VIX now at down 2.67% at 27.36. Good morning. All right, let's talk about pre-market movers, and we'll go over some headlines, and we'll answer some questions. Intel had their earnings report yesterday. Didn't fare very well, down 10% pre-market. Gilead already announced that they have, I believe, a treatment. I don't know about a vaccine, but a treatment. It is up 4.6%. Apple up 0.48%. General Electric up 2.2% on the S&P. Ford up 1.71%. And the Dow, American Express also reported their earnings, not that strong, down 4.87%. They actually missed on EPS but beat on revenue. Boeing up 0.38%. JP Morgan up 0.4%. Microsoft is up, Nike is up, Chevron's up 0.54%, Goldman Sachs up 0.74%. So the banks are doing pretty solid, even with American Express down. Looking at here, let's go and take a look at the NASDAQ. Tesla down about 0.5%. Looks like there was a recall in China. Starbucks 0.35% to the upside. Facebook up 0.32%. They were actually price target upgraded by BMO from 225 to 275. Twitter was price target upgrade from 35 to 45. Amazon was price target upgrade from 3,700 to 3,800. All right, let's go see if I can find some more headlines for you. Post-debate. Post-debate, I mean, no real fireworks there. A lot different from the previous one. A lot less interruptions. It wasn't exactly as fun, let's just say. But nothing's really changed for the most part. I mean, people have already early voted and mail-in ballot. So now it's coming to the home stretch. We are literally almost about 10 days away from the election. Just about 10 days. The faster it's over, the faster things can go back to normal in regards to the market, I say. So bring it on. Let's get it done and move on with our lives. 2020 needs to just end already because it's been a wild one. Absolutely. All right, let's see what else has been moving here. Got some levels here. I talked about on Twitter, SPY is approaching that breakout level of 346.52 or 34.68 on the S&P. So we break that, it should be nice. Let's take a look here. U.S. sets record with number of coronavirus cases rising by over 77,000. That's topping on Thursday. That's topping the previous record from July. Markets don't care for the most part. And let's see, that's basically it other than American Express reporting their earnings. Intel reported their earnings yesterday. So again, for a Friday, that's what we got. Again, similar stocks, same old deal. We're just really waiting and see if we get a deal at all. So that's where we are right now, currently. Good morning, everybody. What level do we look for Apple on the upside? All right, let's take a look at Apple together. So on Apple, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up here. Oops, if I can just maximize this cell. An update here. 119.38 is my upside break. So, but again, you could probably trade it beforehand. So I'm going to create an alert there. But if you wanted to play that beforehand, you need to break 117.31 first. If you break 117.38, I play the 119s or the 119.50s. Keep in mind, I believe Apple does report next week. Let me go and take a look at that for you. Apple's earnings will be on the 29th, which is next Thursday. So premiums may be a little juiced. So be a little careful. Again, you're playing earnings. You can also definitely play to the run up to the actual earnings report. Hey boss, how you feeling about the PayPal 210 next week? Run up to earnings. PayPal is looking nice. Obviously, we reverted back down after that breakout. I played it with our masterclass students this week, and we caught it for about 25% profit. If you are looking at the 210s, you do need to break this 50-day moving average around 206.86. But good news is that you do have time due to next week. Thoughts on Disney? I love Disney long term. I do own it. But when it comes to options trading, not much going on here. You need to break 130 to be safe for a breakout. So actually right around, if I go and expand this for you guys, make things a lot easier. Right around here, 129.04. If you break about 129.04, then we could start targeting about 132 for calls, because then you'll make back this big jump here from the streaming headline that we had, I believe, last week. Chegg call for next week into earnings. I don't know much about Chegg, so I'm just going to go ahead and actually just look at the chart itself. If you're planning earnings, you want to make sure there's actual volume there. It's right now down to 50. We could retest that 100-day moving average right around 85.69. That's been that support. So again, you need to break above 89.08 before you start playing anything. It's just a heads up on this one. If no stimulus deal, do you expect the market to fall? If you get no deal before the election, markets will pull back slightly. But a stimulus deal is basically an inevitability. The question is when and how much. Question is, are we going to get it before the election? I don't think we do get it before the election. It's really close. What's a good level to add Microsoft to the long-term portfolio? Well, Microsoft I do love, and I think 210 is a great place to get in. 215 right now is actually not a bad place either. Again, it's not a very volatile name. You're talking about from 207 to 225, or 205 to 225, $20 range on Microsoft. So not exactly, oh my God, huge. But again, this is a good level to get into Microsoft. Am I bullish SNE for PS5 sales? I'm bullish AMD, who makes the chips for both Xbox and Sony. Thoughts on Square? Love Square long term. I actually just bought it in my portfolio, and I'm holding it. So again, if we break a little more down to around 165, I think I'll go ahead and add some more. But at this point, I do own it, and I plan to hold it long term. Thoughts on AA calls about a month out? We got to see if there's any earnings. So let's take a look at AA. I'll send out on Instagram the actual calendar of the actual calendar. I think AA already reported. Yep, they already reported. So I'll send out the calendar for earnings for next week. There should be a lot of them, a lot of big names. So with that being said, I'll take a look at that as well. But AAL here, you're talking about, what is it, about a month out? I don't know what month you're talking about, what strike you're talking about. If you're talking about 13.5, I don't think that's a bad idea. I would like the break of 13.20 first. Docu calls. I like DocuSign long term. I don't own it, but again, you can see a nice little pullback here. There's nothing really to play here until you start breaking 221. Right now, this stock is at 214.08, well 216.05 pre-market, but start breaking 220, and then you can start taking a look at some upside moves. Maybe target 230, but again, it need a longer term chart. Stimulus means borrowing, weakening the dollar further. Why would the market be dependent on stimulus to stay green instead of other economic factors, for example? Well, it's not as simple as just the dollar being weaker. I mean, the actual market likes the dollar being weaker because it helps multinational companies. So again, they just want people to have money to spend it, because we saw how much spending went up when people got free money. So, I guess what the market does want that. Amazon versus Shopify long-term entry point. Amazon, absolutely Amazon. Shopify is obviously more growth, but Amazon also has web services, which is the cloud. I think Amazon, you have to own that name. You have to. And if you want to buy in, I think any point is good. 3,100 or below, you buy it. But I mean, right here is a good. If you don't have a position in Amazon yet, this would be a good time to buy. Let's see. Tesla even fallen after stellar results. Yeah, they had an actual recall in China. So again, that's what happened. So just headline risk, a lot of profit taking here from the stellar number. Again, the question is valuation. Has it been too stretched? But 5 consecutive quarters of profit. But again, right around 420 is your support anyways. I still own it. I don't plan to sell it. Thoughts on 500 calls for next week? That's way too far out with zero catalyst. So no, do not trade 500 calls. Fastly has been going downhill. Any thoughts of an entry point for going? I don't know anything about Fastly, but I don't think I'd want to get in anyways. I think there's better options out there to actually own. So I wouldn't want to catch a falling knife either. You could see no real bounce here. I don't even know what Fastly does. I have to research them, but I wouldn't want to put my money in it. Will we be adding more space shares? Space, I had an alert right around the lows. Let me see if I can bring that up. I think I had it. Yeah, I had the alert here at the gap low. I guess it didn't show. 1650, I'll be adding more. And I already own about 200 shares of space. So again, I'm not in a rush to always add more every time. AL November 2014 calls. That's what I have. Well, not me personally, but the person asking. The 14 calls. Oof. You need to break 1325 before anything. I would think the 13.5 are a little more prudent. But I mean, 14 is a little much. You're talking about a complete breakout from American Airlines with really no catalyst. I mean, I guess you're hoping for a vaccine. But until then, I don't think it's a good trade, to be honest with you. How's CLAH charts looking? I have November 12th. CALH. Celsius, I've never heard of this name. You have the 22.5 calls. Well, you are in the money, mind you. It is up pre-market to 23.20, so you should be making some money there. How do you feel about swing Lulu calls 360 for December? Is it too far out? Actually, that'd be a play on the Christmas holiday season. I own the stock as well, but it's the 360 calls. That's pretty long term. If anything, you want to play January's if you were trying to do that. So it may be a little expensive, so I wouldn't do that, to be honest with you. Snow 320 calls for today. I looked at Snow, but I would not play same day expiry anyways. So I looked at next week's calls, no volume. So no, I'd skip it. Thoughts on the Bitcoin rally? I love it. I own Bitcoin. I buy some every week. So again, this is a good thing, and I think Bitcoin has a lot more to go, to be completely honest with you. I think Paul Tudor Jones said it best on CNBC. He thinks Bitcoin is the best hedge against inflation. I've been saying it. Digital gold, you need to own Bitcoin, in my opinion. You have to own it. All right. Excuse me. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'll go ahead and send out the actual earnings report, upcoming earnings reports coming in next week, plus the economic calendar. So you'll be getting that on Saturday. Any other questions? Of course, feel free to let us know on Instagram, or you could tweet at us or comment below on YouTube. We are now how many people away from 5,000? Let's see. Subscribers, we have 4,994. So we need 6 more people to subscribe, and then we'll do a live trading session, and I'll let you guys know. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Stay safe, and we'll catch you on Monday for the morning note.